So this is your plating attachment. It's only on standards. So if you're on a bulky, technically there is a way to do plating on a bulky, and I can show it to you, but I can tell you it never usually works correctly. There's always a lot of errors in it. You can move this stuff off to the side. So if you want to do plating, I would highly recommend doing it on a standard rather than on a bulky. So there's a special attachment. It's this thing, and it goes in here. So you take your sinker plate off and unscrew these. And then this piece comes out like that. And this piece goes in like this. So these holes have to go up here. Let's see. How does that go in there? Yeah. So you gotta put these little screw holes so that they match here, and it looks like a mountain. So think of it like a mountain, putting it in there. So there's two, I want you to take a look at it. There's two things that are happening. There's this top one, and then there's this little circle one in the middle. Can you see it? There's the one, there's like a slit on the top, and then that little circle slit. Those are for your two yarns, this one and then that one. So when I put it in, you see this little thing on the side? That thing right over there, you guys see that? I'm gonna put that yarn in through the back, and this one just goes straight in through that slit. So I've got to get, in order to get it into this back part right here, I've got to get it around this little guy and then back up in here, so it'll just kind of be hanging out in this space, and then the second one just goes straight in there. So this one goes like that, right? So it just goes in here, around there, and it just hangs out in that space back there. And then the second color yarn is gonna go just straight in here. And that one, it just is a slit, so make sure you get it in there. And then this is going to plate it. So I don't need to push anything, thank you. I don't need to push anything in here. This stuff is basically just for the punch card or hold. Because I have this attachment on here, it's gonna do it for me. Oop, as long as I get my yarn in there. Let's see. Yeah, I got it now. All right, so it's double, and I'll have to show you on the other side because you don't see it until you see the other side. You will see a little bit, if this was the same size yarn, you see a little bit more. You will see a little bit of fleck of the blue on the back side. Some people like the back side because it has just a little bit of fleck of the color. The other side's gonna be mostly, well, I'll show you here in a second. So it's gonna be harder to do because you're doing two yarns at one time. It's not like Fair Isle where you're doing one and then the other and then, you know, back and forth. These are actually knitting both of them together at the same time. So it looks like a regular knit on both sides. You just have, you know, it still has, it's not the same as like a double-faced knit because you still have the purl on this side, the knit on the other side. It's just putting like two of them together. So I'll show you. You will see the red through, a little bit of the red through, but you can see this blue yarn, that's really my front color. This one right here, and this one in the back is really my back color. So let me break this knit a little bit and show you what it looks like.
Is it just making it thicker? Or?
Yes. So a lot of, it makes it thicker for sure. And it also creates kind of a neat effect of the two colors. So let me show it to you. I've seen people use it for making like something that they want thicker weight, like a jacket or something like that. It works out really, really well for that. So it ends up looking like that. And now this yarn is a lot thinner, this blue yarn. If it was thicker, you'd see a little bit less of the red, but you can see it just gives you that kind of like flecked effect. You would see, if this was the same yarn weight, you would see less of it, but you'd still see the flecks coming through. So normally that's the back side, this is the front side, and it looks like that. So if you guys want to